explain to us how she did the bell ringer. Let's pay close attention in case we made any mistakes. Also, whenever you're explaining it to them, can you speak kind of loudly so that way those on Google Meet that's joining us on from home or those that are watching the video can hear you because they can't necessarily see what's written on the board. So make sure you say it loud enough where they can hear you.
First, I found the common difference in the first term. So I got the common difference, I got -3. How I found that was I took -8 minus -5 and it equals to -3. And then I just did the first term and then wrote the equation so I knew how to put it in. And I took 7 parentheses, supplemented it over, and got an equals -5 minus 3n plus 3. Then I did the common like terms and got -5 plus 3, which equals -2 minus 3n.
Okay, so for your equation, you got the nth term, a of n, equals -2 minus 3n.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Austin, tell us, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Yeah, very good. And I loved your explanation. Like you told them how you found the common difference, you told them what your first term was, and then you told them step for step what you did. That was awesome. Perfect. What questions do you have for us on the bell ringer? You can go ahead and put your bell ringer away. I have not gotten your quiz from Friday graded just yet. I will have it graded tomorrow, and you will get it back tomorrow. Today you're going to work on your Chapter 4 Part B review off of Big Ideas Math. You'll need to show your work on a piece of paper, where you write the equations and stuff. Now, if it has a graph where you make your scatter plot on the computer, you don't have to draw the scatter plot on your paper as well as the graph. I will get you a graphing calculator. I will pass those out to you. You will be working on that during class today. I can't remember how many checks I gave you, but it tells you in the directions how many checks you get, so make sure you read the directions. If you work it out and check it and it's wrong and you try it again and you're still not sure, you're more than welcome to raise your hand and I can come check it to see what you did wrong if you can't figure out what you did wrong. If you don't finish, it'll be homework due at the beginning of class tomorrow when the tardy bell rings. Yes, sir.
How many questions are there?
It tells you once you get logged on. I can't remember. I made it like last Friday, I think, is when I posted it. And it's been a while. It's been a long weekend. Yes, ma'am.
I will ask you something.
Yes, as long as you're working and it's not distracting us, and it's not a distraction keeping you from working, that's okay. What other questions do you have for me before you get started? Okay. You're going to work on the review today. It's due at the beginning of class tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be passing back your quizzes so you can have those to study. I've got work to pass back to you today. And then we're going to play a review game tomorrow. And then Wednesday you have your test. So Wednesday you'll have your Chapter 4 Part B test.
Is there a way I can do that graphic on this normal calculator?
Yes, you can do the linear regression on those calculators. Give me a second and I will show you how to do it. It won't actually graph it or make the scatter plot. So like if there's anything that says describe the correlation, you'll either have to use the graphing calculator or you will need to
Can I check out a graphing calculator from you?
You should be able to, yes.
Okay.
This calculator will do everything except for the actual graphing the scatter plot, and that you can it'll be easily to graph the scatter plot. Okay, so what you do is you go to stat, you go to data, just like it has stat up above it, but you press data and see how it already has the table there. So you just go in and enter in your values. Okay. Once you go to data and enter in your values, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then you hit second data and go to two variable stats. And it's L1, L2, calculate. And then if you scroll down, right there, see where it says A equals 2?
Yeah.
That's your A. There's your B, and there's your R. So there's your slope, your y-intercept, and your correlation coefficient.
All right.
So this one would be y equals 2x plus 0 with a correlation coefficient of 1, which means it's a perfect line. It's actually quite a bit easier.
Yeah.
And then if you go to data, press data again, press it twice, you can go down to number 4 and clear your whole table at once. Okay. Do you want me to show you again one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. So press data. And if you need to clear the tables, just hit data again and go down to number 4 and hit enter. Here, clear all, and it'll clear your entire table at once. And then let's enter in our values. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then go to our y values. Let's say it's 2, 5, 8. Let me make that a 6. 2, 5, 6. And then you hit second data, two variable stats, and then just hit enter. And then scroll down till you get to A, B, and R. Okay, so this one would be y equals 2x plus 0.33333, and my R value is 0.96, which means it's a strong positive.
Okay.
And this is another way to see if it has a positive correlation. If you enter in your data into this, if this R value is positive, then that means it has a positive correlation. If it's negative, it has a negative correlation. So you don't even really need to graph your scatter plot as long as you enter it in your table. And as long as you enter it in your table and run that down, look at what your R value is, and it tells you if it's positive or negative.
Okay.
So and this one's actually quite a bit easier than your graphing calculator. Did y'all want me to show y'all how to find your thing using the small calculators? How to find your A, B, and R? Did y'all want to do it using the small calculator, or would y'all prefer to keep using the graphing calculators? Graphing? Okay. Give me just a second. Let me get the rest of the graphing calculators out. Shania, did you have a question? If it's just making a scatter plot, no. Yeah, no, that's not something you would show your work on. Something you would show your work on would be like this right here. Or whenever, not finding your line of best fit, but just where it says make a scatter plot and write an equation of the line, that's one that you would want to do. But if you're using your graphing calculator to do something, or if you're plotting something on the graph, you do not have to show that on your paper. And don't forget your vocab when you get it back, that your vocab should go in your binder. It looks like it's page 18 for your vocab. It's this one here. It's the R, not the R squared, the R. Yeah. Okay, so that's because your dialogue's not on, so go to second, catalog, and then press D. D is go to alpha, and press D. Now, oh, never mind, so go to second catalog, and let's just press right here, D. Okay, now go down to dialogue on and press enter. Oh, sorry, diagnostic on, now press enter. Okay, and enter again, now do it. There you go. You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Okay. That one's like this, that one, right?
The 1,000?
Yeah.
Yes, so that would be what?
Would be what's it?
Yes, yeah, that 7 makes that
They
500.
get rid of the one.
Yeah, and then make that a 6.
And I just have to replace that
Y equals, it wants the entire equation.
one.
So you would do like -1x plus 8, as long as that's right. And as long as you round it to the correct spot, because it says round to the nearest 10th, and the y-intercept to the nearest integer. So the decimal a should be to the nearest 10th. That's 1 decimal place. So that would be -1.3. And then b is 8. And you got -0.88. That's a 5. So that 7 makes that 5 round to a what? A 6. You put a 7 there, so a 6. And then just make sure you change that to -1.3. Yes. Okay, so this part, it tells you to look up here, it says round the nearest y into the nearest y, the y-intercept to the nearest integer, that means nearest whole number. So 7.8, what does it round to? To the nearest whole number. There you go. So it would just be plus 8 instead of that. Yes. $60,000. Yeah, if it says it's in thousands, put it in 60,000. That's a good question. Okay, if you go back up to the top, notice it says it's in thousands of dollars. So like 94 means 94,000. 60 means 60,000. So go back down here to what you entered. See how you just put 60, it should be 60,000. That means whole number. Round to the nearest foot means like if you had 12.1 feet, that would be the same, that would be rounded to 12 feet. If you had 12.6, that would be rounded to 13 feet.